Hi, my topic for my paper was about how to reduce the environmental impact of burning gasoline. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my paper. Some people might ask why we would want to do this, why we would want to reduce the environmental impact of burning gasoline. And that is because it's a huge problem in the world today. It all contributes to a thing called climate change. Or global warming. Climate change is happening because of the greenhouse effect. This is a really popular thing that's on the news, and everyone seems to know about it today. The greenhouse effect is the warming that happens when gases in the Earth's atmosphere trap heat. Something that I think we need to work on harder is trying to reduce the burning of gasoline because it can cause many severe problems. According to the Department of Energy, about half of all air pollution in cities are produced by cars and trucks in the United States. And I think that's a pretty good amount. It's not a very good amount at all. This can lead to some serious consequences. The matter that come out of a car can be several things, such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur oxides, oxides of nitrogen, hydrocarbons, and lead. If people continue to breathe these things in, it can lead to some serious illness, and it even can cause cancer or death. Now that I have covered the problem that we're facing today, I will jump into the solution that I came up with. And the solution I think that would help is the use of hybrid natural gas and propane vehicles. To give you a little hint, the hybrid car is a cross between a gasoline vehicle and an electric vehicle. Why this solution would work is that a regular gasoline powered engine puts out a lot of harmful emissions, which is very bad for the environment. If someone would buy a hybrid car, less harmful pollutants will be spread into the atmosphere, and I think that would be very good, and it would help out the atmosphere a lot. Another vehicle is a natural gas, and natural gas is the cleanest fossil fuels, and according to the U.S. Department of Energy, compared with vehicles fueled with conventional diesel and gasoline, natural gas vehicles, they can produce lower amounts of harmful emissions, such as nitrogen oxides, particulate matter, and the greenhouse gas carbon dioxide. Propane also can reduce the harmful effects of burning gasoline. Propane vehicles potentially lower toxic carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and non-methane hydrocarbon emissions. There is a very informative chart on the U.S. Department of Energy website. It shows different types of vehicles, like the hybrid vehicle, the plug-in hybrid vehicle, and just the regular gasoline type vehicle. And it shows that the gasoline has an average of 82 pounds of greenhouse gas emissions, and the hybrid has an average of 57 pounds greenhouse gas emissions, which pretty much tells us that the hybrid is the lowest one, and the regular gasoline is the higher one. The gasoline puts out harmful emissions, and the hybrid puts out fewer emissions. Although I'm making the hybrid to sound like it is perfect and that everyone should go out and buy it, there comes up with some problems and limitations to an energy efficient vehicle. Some problems, I guess, number one would be with a hybrid is very expensive. It's usually a lot more expensive than a regular gasoline type car. And also another bad thing about it is that when you have a breakdown or something goes wrong with the hybrid car, you have to bring it to a special professional person to do maintenance on it. I guess a hybrid car, you have to have a certain person look at it that knows about the hybrid cars. Some limitations with the hybrid car, I think, would be the technology is fairly new. I think people, when they go out to buy a hybrid car, they would be somewhat skeptical about buying a hybrid car, just because technology is new and hasn't been like around that long. Some problems with the natural gas vehicles is that it's not very well known, and also natural gas is a fossil fuel, and it's never good to run onto those things. So I guess that's a downfall too, that if you had a natural gas vehicle and you ran out of natural gas, that could be a pretty bad thing. Propane vehicles. Bad thing about propane vehicles is that there's not very many around, and the fill-up stations are pretty hard to find. I guess it depends on where you live, but I found that to be a problem. And I mean, clearly energy efficient cars are gonna have some problems with them and limitations, but I mean, the overall picture is how we're going to make the environment a better living place and how to make it safer, and I think that the hybrid car is the way to go because it's gonna promote less emissions and it's just gonna make the earth a safer place to be.